There's never a bad season for burgers. I eat a burger all the time. I'm a huge fan of burgers. You a fan of burgers?
I fern the bird.
I'm a fan of burgers any time of the year. Today I want to show you guys kind of an elevated version of a recipe I did quite a while ago. My good friend Hungry Hussy has an amazing recipe for this today. We're not flipping it on its head. We're just kind of elevating, just a touch. We're gonna do a mushroom onion Swiss burger. It's gonna be fantastic. A little bit of technique goes a long way, and paying attention to your ingredients is how we take this into the stratosphere. Get out of my head. Wrong show. Go watch CJ's first cooking show for those antics. This is Cook, Eat, Repeat. Let me show you guys how to make this awesome burger. I want to get started with my bacon first. Today I'm using Wright's Thick Cut because it's the right thing to do. That was low hanging. I saw someone made a comment on CJ's show recently that I need to cut it out with the dad jokes.
The dad jokes are great, man.
I agree. You know, just cut it out.
Stop it, really.
No one? Okay. I'm gonna do a few pieces of bacon here. I preheated at medium, but I brought it down to like medium low. We don't want to go too fast and furious on our bacon because we want a ton of that fat. We're doing 2 burgers today, so I will do 4 pieces of bacon. That's 2 per.
Yet there's 3 of us on set.
You guys can split one. So I want to go slow because I want to render out as much of that fat as possible because we're going to be cooking our onions and our mushrooms in that fat and a little bit of butter. Butter, little butter. So I have some sweet yellow onions. I'm gonna slice these nice and thin. We're gonna caramelize these in just a bit, but we don't want it to be so gigantic that it's a huge piece of onion. So a nice thin julienne. What you're looking for on the bacon is nice and crispy, a nice even crispity crunch. Then we can move it over to the cooler side of our griddle. Let it hang out for just a bit. Now all of those beautiful onions are gonna go right down in that stunning, gorgeous bacon fat. You can hit this with just a touch.
Do it.
Just a touch of essential blend. The salt's gonna help wick out some moisture. It's gonna help it caramelize up a little bit nicer, and it adds a ton of flavor. Give those a nice toss. Now this part's probably gonna take you twice as long as the bacon because we want golden caramelized onions. Now when they're 80% through, we're gonna add our mushrooms to that, maybe a skosh more of that essential blend and some butter, unsalted butter. The mushrooms they're gonna soak up all the bacon fat and the butter, all of that fantastic, beautiful, wonderful flavor. You're looking at about 7 to 10 minutes on this part. So if you're making it for a bunch of people, you could do this part beforehand and have it ready to go before you build your burgers. You'll notice how much mass we've actually lost. Now as those onions start to cook down, at the beginning of the episode we talked about technique. As those onions cook down, a lot of that sweetness comes out, and because of that porous nature of the mushroom, it soaks up all of that goodness. So it's not soaking up the onion juice, it's soaking up the caramelized onion juice because we did it in the middle. So taking your time on your ingredients is really where it's at. Oh, CJ, can you see those bubbles? Come on. All right, we're gonna push this over to the cooler side. Let this hang out, as Blackstone Betty would say. Let that hang out a little bit. Now let's talk about our beef. I wanna bring my heat back up now that my onions and mushrooms are off because I want this thing to be screaming. So let's go high. We want a quick sear on our beef. This one is completely off, cool zone, hot zone, we're good. I'm gonna turn this one down. This one is cruising. All right, so today I've got some Kobe beef, which I am a big fan of. Now you guys have heard, I'm sure if you guys are meat lovers out there, you've heard the term Wagyu thrown around quite a bit. Now Wagyu, we're not using Wagyu today. We are using Wagyu today. Let me explain. So Wagyu is the Japanese word for Japanese cow. Wagyu, Japanese cow. So Wagyu just means Japanese cow. Now what kind of Japanese cow does make a difference, so be careful on those marketing terms when you're spending top dollar, because Kobe is a Wagyu. It is a Japanese cow. It doesn't have the same fat ratio that we think about when we think about Wagyu, but it is still extremely delicious. I didn't cut that enough. Let's go ahead and cut this open. Now the trick to making a good burger, now these aren't gonna be smash burgers, these are gonna be fairly large. Wanna go like 6-8 ounces, CJ? Wanna do big burgers?
Like a pub burger or
yeah,
like a steakhouse burger.
A little bit more like a pub burger. Yeah, I would go with that. This is a little juicy. I'm making a mess on my cutting board. Let's go half of this. So this will be a half-pound burger. I think this is a pound. No, this is a half pound. Or quarter pound. Quarter pound? Quarter pounder. When's the last time you had one of those?
You mean a Royale with cheese?
wrong show. Wrong show. You want to be loose. Loose pack. Don't go too hot and heavy. That's a pretty big patty. Like, we're not in smash burger territory,
No,
right?
sir.
Half of this would be a big smash burger. So you're looking at a double smash burger's worth amount of meat, maybe more. Now here's a fun trick. Actually, I learned this from my good buddy CJ Frazier. We're gonna put down, oh, we're smoking. That's what we're looking for. We're definitely smoking. I'm gonna put this down before smashing. Leave it for just a second. I'm gonna take the other half. We're gonna make another ball. Now what this does is it gives us, do you wanna tell? I stole the idea from you.
By all means.
So you
it,
probably experienced this a few times at home when you're making smash burgers. You go to smash, and what happens? The patty sticks, unless you have some wax paper or something. If you put them on your grill, just like that, give them a second. All right, now check this out. Now this is the one we went with first. Give it a flip. Now we have a cooked area. We can smash to the size we want, and we don't have to worry about any sticking.
Would you look at that?
CJ, proud of you, bud.
You're welcome, bud.
Proud of you. All right, there we go. Let's do the other one, same thing. So when you flip, you've got this one area that's cooked. So when you smash, this works for smash burgers too. If you're gonna smash really, really thin, you don't get it to stick.
And it works on sausage for breakfast sausage patty.
Oh, definitely, most definitely. All right, there we go. Let's season that with some of our essential blend. Now, if you don't have essential blend, that's cool. You can go SPG. And if you're not familiar, that is salt, pepper, garlic. This essential blend is really fantastic. It's got some other fun stuff in there, but SPG is kind of where it's at. All right, while those are cooking, let's talk about sauce. And the sauce is extremely simple. It's just 2 ingredients. I don't know if you notice, there's not a ton of color going on. Don't worry about it. We're searching for flavor in this episode. So mayonnaise and spicy brown mustard is all you need to really push that umami flavor through the roof. With just a touch of that acidity from the mustard, it's gonna be flawless. Now, once we flip our burgers, once they're just about done, we're gonna give them a flip, top those gorgeous patties with some of the onions and the mushrooms. And I have some Tillamook Swiss cheese. Use any cheese that you like, but Swiss cheese is just money on this. Add a slice of Swiss cheese, cover it with a dome, and all that's left to do is talk about bread. Today I'm using these gorgeous onion rolls. Actually, I was gonna make hash browns today, CJ.
Oh.
I was gonna make hash browns. I had it in my head. I was walking by the bakery and I saw these beautiful onion rolls. Look at these things. It's almost like focaccia.
Dude, those are awesome.
Focaccia. Wrong show. You see what happens? All right, let me check this out. We're gonna cut these in half. These are not cut. I don't know that these would traditionally be used as a burger bun.
You're going bougie when you have to cut your own bread.
That's how you know?
That's how you know.
That's how you know. All right. Then I guess this is the bougie mushroom onion burger, Swiss burger. All right, there we go. Let's check this out. There is a ton of bacon fat, butter, and now beef fat on the griddle. We're gonna pull some back. Let's pull that back to the middle here. And we're gonna toast our buns in that sexiness. It's one of those things like you have it, you might as well use it. So let's just give it a little rub. Get in there a little bit. Toast these up. Now we're gonna go fairly light with our toast. It doesn't need to be a super heavy toast. Just make sure to get some of that bacon fat. You see that?
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Nice light toast. And now we're almost there. So to plate this up, once our buns are perfectly toasted, let's go ahead and throw some of our bacon down on the bottom. Let's do a little sauce first. A little bit of sauce, then our bacon, and then that stunning mountain of majesty. Any more M words?
Have I told you lately how much I love mushrooms? Oh no, I haven't? That's because I don't.
Well, you're crazy because this is a masterpiece of my art and mushroom madness. Ha!
Wow.
Ha! Let's take a bite of this. Dude. All right, so now, whoa, it's happening. Wait. I'm gonna take that little piece first. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be messy. This is not a smash burger. This is a delicate little dainty thing that you wanna eat 5 of. This is when you wanna eat 1 of. Ooh, that mushroom by itself. Here we go.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know.
Exactly.
You know.
Right.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Be sure if you haven't yet, if you're on YouTube, click the subscribe button down below. Click the bell icon so you get an email. Every time we post a video, you can see all of the fun shows. CJ, Bruce, Todd, Betty, Destination Delicious, all the shows. Maybe some new shows coming soon.
Maybe some new ones.
Keep a lookout. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, do all the things. Do all the things. Leave us a comment down below on videos you guys would like to see in the future. This is Cook, Eat, Repeat, where we like to help you become a better cook, one recipe at a time. I'm your host, Chef Nathan Lippy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, yeah.